Okay, good afternoon everybody. And today we have to continue. Already we learned in last class heterotrophic type of nutrition. The first one is what we learned about what saprophytic nutrition. Second one parasitic nutrition. Today we are going to discuss about symbiotic type of nutrition and holozoic type of nutrition. Okay, first of all we have to going to discuss about symbiotic type of nutrition. Symbiotic type of nutrition. Okay, here I am wrote here symbiotic or symbiosis. Generally we are using the word symbiosis. What is symbiosis? Symbiosis means two different types of living organisms. Two different, and use the word not same type. Two different types of living organisms living together. What is the meaning of living? Living in one place. Living together. That means two different types of species or living organisms living in one place, living together, and both are benefited. Here both are benefited is called symbiosis. Here two different types of living organism. There is not same type of organism. Two different types of living organism living in one place, and both organisms, the two organisms are benefited. That type of living, that type of what? Nutrition we can call symbiotic mode of nutrition. Okay, we have to take some more example. For example, here generally we know very well example, good example, Rhizobium bacteria. The bacteria name is Rhizobium leguminaceum. This is what? Bacteria. The bacteria name is Rhizobium leguminaceum. But another one, Leguminaceae family plant. Leguminaceae family plant. Maybe Leguminaceae family plant, peanut or anything. We have to take peanut or any other plant. Leguminaceae family plant. One is bacteria, other one is Leguminaceae family plant. There is no relation. These two are two different types of living organism. One is bacteria, other one is plant. As for definition, what I am told, two different types of living organism living in one place and both are benefited is called symbiosis. Here I am which example I am to? One is Rhizobium bacteria and another one is Leguminaceae family plant. For example, if you observe that this is the Leguminaceae family plant. In Leguminaceae family plant, the roots, if you observe the root, peanut and beans and what? Pulses, some type of plants, if you observe the roots of the Leguminaceae family plants, we will observe root nodules. What we call? Not noodles, root nodules. That means what is root nodules? The roots are bulged. Okay, especially for bud-like structure. Some of the part of the root is what? Like what? Bud. Like what? Root nodules. Okay, you have to observe that here. Okay, these are what we call root nodules. This is what? Plant. Which plant? Leguminaceae family plant. In this plant, roots are what? Large in size. Root nodules. In root nodules, one bacteria is living. The bacteria name is Rhizobium. The bacteria name is Rhizobium. That means Rhizobium bacteria is living in Leguminaceae family plant root. In root, it is living. It is living inside the roots of Leguminaceae family plant. And how it is useful to the plant, which is Rhizobium bacteria. This Rhizobium bacteria observes. What it observes? Atmospheric nitrogen. Nitrogen is the one of the important macronutrient to the plant. It is a macronutrient. Very, very important. Essential, important nutrient to the Leguminaceae family plant. But it is not observed. In atmosphere, 78% of nitrogen is there. That nitrogen is not useful to the plant. Only it is observes what? It is not directly not observes. Plants are not observe the nitrogen. Whatever atmospheric nitrogen need to change into nitrates and nitrites. They will observe like nitrates and nitrites only. But so that this rhizobium bacteria observes atmospheric nitrogen and converts like nitrates or nitrites. That nitrates or nitrites and nitrates are stored in Leguminaceae family roots. That means this rhizobium bacteria observes atmospheric nitrogen and converts into nitrates. That nitrates are useful to increase the growth rate of the plant. Try to understand here. We have to observe that here rhizobium bacteria is useful to the plant. There is no relation. There are not relatives. एक ही है bacteria, दूसरा है plant. This bacteria, what bacteria is a different thing. That is a totally different. Another one is a plant. Leguminaceae family plant. This bacteria absorbs atmospheric nitrogen and that nitrogen gives to the plant. It converts like nitrates and nitrates. These nitrates are the plants are using that nitrates only to increase the growth rate of the plant. That means this bacteria, rhizobium bacteria is useful to the plant. How it is useful? It absorbs atmospheric nitrogen, converts into nitrates. That nitrates are useful for increase the growth rate of the plant. That means rhizobium bacteria is useful to the plant. Second one, the plant Leguminaceae family plant given, I have used the word given shelter. What is the meaning of shelter? Living place. For whom? It given living place to the bacteria. Bacteria is living in Leguminaceae family plant. That means it given what? Shelter. Who given shelter? What? Rhizobium bacteria given shelter. Rhizobium Leguminaceae family plant given shelter to the rhizobium bacteria. So that one is plant is benefited, rhizobium bacteria is benefited. Plant is benefited. How it is benefited plant? Plant is benefited by rhizobium. How it is benefited? Rhizobium absorbs atmospheric nitrogen and given to the plant. And Leguminaceae family plant given shelter to the rhizobium. So that two different types of living organisms are living in one place. Both are benefited is called, that is symbiotic mode of nutrition. Here there is no relation. One is bacteria, another one is plant. But both are living in one place. Both are benefited is called symbiotic type of mode of nutrition. Okay, after that one we are going to discuss about very, very important holozoic type of nutrition. Okay, so that holozoic type of nutrition. Okay, here I wrote holozoic mode of nutrition. Very, very important. Holozoic mode of nutrition. Okay, here holozoic. Okay, already we learnt about saprophytic organisms which grow on dead and decaying places is called saprophytic organism. Parasitic organisms are living in living body, and symbiotic type of nutrition. Two various types of different type of living organism living in one place and both are benefited is called symbiotic type of relation. Then next one, holozoic type of nutrition. What is holozoic? Which animals are example of holozoic? Holozoic means some organism feeding. What is the meaning of feed? The feed. Which type of living thing? Which type of material? They will feed the material. They will feed which type of material? Solid material. not liquid, not gas. They took what? Solid material. They feed what? Solid material. For example, human beings. We are taking what? Various type of food, rice, chicken, mutton, okay, various type of solid material. Feeding what? Solid material. Which organisms are feeding what? Solid materials is called holozoic type of nutrition. Here in holozoic, the few steps are involved. Few steps are involved in holozoic type of nutrition. What are that steps? If we use the term of holozoic, what steps are involved? The first step is ingestion. Okay, not injection, ingestion. Second step is digestion. Second step is digestion. Third step is absorption. Fourth step is assimilation. And fifth step is ejection. Okay, try to observe the difference between, here I am using the two words. The first one is ingestion, the second one is digestion, third one is absorption. Okay, so that it does not look like, okay, absorption, and fourth one is assimilation, and fifth one is ejection. Injection, ejection. What is the meaning of injection and ejection? That means if you use the term of what? Holozoic type of nutrition. That means what? Which animals are what feeding? What? We are feeding what? What type of food? Solid material. Solid. The type of what nutrition we can call holozoic type of nutrition. Which type of organisms are example? You know, human beings are example of holozoic type of nutrition. Not only human beings. We know very well about amoeba. Amoeba is also example of what? Holozoic type of nutrition. Okay, the first one, if you use the term of holozoic, few steps are involved. What are that steps? That steps are ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and ejection. The first one is ingestion. Okay, just you have to observe that. Ingestion. What is the meaning of ingestion? Okay, just you have to observe there. I am taking food. What food? Solid food. I am taking food with in our mouth. Into the mouth. Ingestion. Try to understand. The first step we can call ingestion. Into the mouth. Taking food into the mouth. We can call ingestion. After ingestion, second step, digestion. Digestion means what? Okay, मेरा stomach है और small intestine, large intestine, everything is there. That is useful for what? What? Especially for mechanical and chemical digestion. After digestion, what happened? That food converts into simple compounds. The simple compounds are absorption. The blood, it dissolved in blood. Whatever digested food materials are enter into the blood. That is we can call absorption. After absorption, whatever digested food materials are useful for various functions in my body. Digested food materials are useful for various functions in our body. Assimilation. After assimilation, that means whatever we are eating every day this much of food. That much of food is not digested in my body. Some of the food is indigested. That indigested food is we are excrete. What is the meaning of excrete? Removal of waste material. Okay, removal of waste material. That is whatever undigested food material we are sending outside the body. That is we can call ejection. Removing. Ingestion, taking in, ejection, ingestion, ejection. This step is good. Okay, ingestion, egestion. Okay, that means in holozoic type of nutrition, few steps are involved. The few steps are ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and ejection. These steps are involved at the, if you use the term of holozoic type of nutrition. Sir, you have to give one example. Anybody is asking for example of, okay, myself, I am taking the example. In holozoic type mode of nutrition, examples of human beings, vertebrates, and also amoeba. Also example of holozoic type of nutrition. For example, I am taking food with my mouth. Ingestion. इंजेक्शन के बाद क्या होता है? डाइजेशन. डाइजेशन के बाद क्या होता है? अब्जॉर्प्शन. व्हाटएवर डाइजेस्टेड फूड एंटर इनटू द ब्लड. आफ्टर absorption क्या होता है? After absorption, what that digested food materials are useful for various functions in my body, metabolic activities. After what? Assimilation. What happened? Whatever undigested food materials are sending outside the body, that is we can call ingestion. So that if you observe it there, these are holozoic type of mode of nutrition. That means types of heterotrophic type of nutrition. One is parasitic, second one is saprophytic, symbiotic, and also holozoic type of nutrition. Now we have to take one example of holozoic type of nutrition. Which example? Amoeba. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about nutrition in amoeba. In amoeba, you know very well about amoeba. I think this is amoeba is a unicellular organism. What is unicellular organism? Protozoa. Protozoa, unicellular organism. Okay. This is amoeba. Generally, I am drawn in rough diagram. This is amoeba. In amoeba, okay, what happens? I am told what? If you use the term of holozoic type of nutrition, 5 steps are involved. कितना स्टेप है? 5 steps. The first step, you know amoeba. Somebody thought that, sir, amoeba do not have mouth, sir. Mouth नहीं है ना? But in amoeba also example of holozoic type of nutrition. In amoeba, what happens? Okay, you know about these are pseudopodia. What we call pseudopodia. What is the meaning of pseudopodia? Pseudopodia are locomotory organs of amoeba, which are useful for moving. Which are useful for moving one place to another place. In amoeba, amoeba is living in water. Generally, in amoeba, in what happens? Okay, I will draw rough diagrams. Okay, for example, amoeba. Okay, any food material, for example, in water, this is the food particle, what we call, so that I have write here, food particle. Food particle enter into nearby amoeba. The food particles are enter into the nearby amoeba. Amoeba using with pseudopodia. Pseudopodias are locomotory organ. Using with pseudopodia, it engulf. What is the meaning of engulf? Surrounded. What? It surrounded the food particle. Amoeba do not have mouth like us. Amoeba using with pseudopodia, this is the food particle. When the food particle is enter into nearby amoeba, it is engulf. Engulf means what? Surrounded. It is surrounded the food particle. Who is amoeba? Amoeba surrounded the food particle through its skin. It is enter into the body. In amoeba, one more part is there that is we can call vacuole. That means the first step, it is enter into the, okay, generally in amoeba, this is cytoplasm, nucleus, vacuole, and food particle nearby amoeba, food particle is enters, it is engulfed through its skin, body surface, it is a food particle is enter into the amoeba. First step, ingestion into the body. Ingestion. Ingestion के बाद क्या है? Digestion. Digestion का मतलब it is enter into the